Hello everyone, how's it doing? You guys are good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get on today's video session. Here we go. After this. Alright everybody, welcome back to my video session once again. Woo! Come on, let's go. Woo! So, how are you guys doing today? Rock and roll as always. Here we go. Woo! Alright guys, here we go. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on everybody! Today is the day! The most exciting day of all them all! Woo! You guys are gonna see the best information today! Woo! Come on everybody! Nintendo's back! With the Switch, but what is it this time? Let's do this! The best selling system of them all! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Okay! Absolutely mind-blowing. So this soundtrack is from the absolutely mind-blowing video game that you guys probably couldn't even think of. This is Capcom vs. SNK2 on the Nintendo GameCube. This was one of them titles, man. Wow. He had characters from Capcom and SNK. Anyway, because we're not really talking about it anyway. So let's get into today's information. So here we go. Now, I've already made 2 of my videos on it already. We have been talking about the Nintendo Switch sales, yeah, versus Sony PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X. I can't see why this system is blowing the crap out of them. Yeah, I was so surprised what rubbish I've seen on this website. Oh my god, do you want to hear all this rubbish what I've seen on there? If you want some rubbish and you want to pay for something rubbish, I mean, would that be a wise idea? Okay, here we go, I have my money and give me some rubbish. You don't want to do that, do you? I don't know why I'm laughing at. Sorry about that. So anyway, right. Now the biggest thing is that what makes this Nintendo Switch so important, man? Now let's get this bit fast, because in this session what I'm talking about, right, we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch handheld mode. Is that important? Think about it. If we look at Nintendo's history, yeah, this is really important. You gotta know this Nintendo's history, man. It's crazy. Nobody in this history has walked over this company. If we let's see what handheld systems this company's been making. And why is it so important to have Nintendo Switch in a handheld mode? Why would it be so important? You'll soon find out why it's so important. It started with Nintendo Game Boy Monochrome. When I saw that system first time, I think it's quite good. Seriously, it was really, really good, man. I don't know, it's just like, it's experience, you know, when you hold it in your hand and you put it on, the way the screen comes on, does that it? There it comes on. It looked amazing. It's basic, it's simple looking screen, but it works. It actually works. It looks really nice. Then they went on making Nintendo Game Boy Color. Now, Nintendo Game Boy Color is the same system, but it's got a color screen. Okay. Then we had uh, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. I mean, there's been several Game Boy Advance systems, haven't there? There was a Game Boy Advance system, if you know, there was a quite large one. You remember that one? There was no backlit. And people were complaining, I can't see nothing in there, it's too dark. You know, the screen was quite dark. Because you know, the way the system was made, it was made for long life battery. That's why Nintendo made it without backlit. But there was complaints that some games were dark and you couldn't see them. Yeah. Then they released this like these lamps that used to go over the screen. All sorts of weird things they did with this system. And finally, Nintendo released the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. This system was made in a laptop style. Yeah, he opened like a laptop. Now, it had the same technology that the original Nintendo Game Boy Advance had. You know what that was? When you put it on, there's no backlit. There isn't. There wasn't in Game Boy Advance SP. Wow. If you look in the middle, there's a switch. You press that, voila, it's backlit. Look how amazing that is. Non-backlit and backlit. Both of these modes were in this Nintendo Game Boy Advance. In my opinion, Nintendo Game Boy Advance is one of the greatest handheld system ever built. It was well designed. It came in quite few colors. It was a laptop design. Not only that, Game Boy Advance had one of the best software alive. Nobody has ever beaten the Game Boy Advance when it comes to software. Not even Nintendo. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't want to go too much into that because I don't want to get people involved in Game Boy Advance too much. But you know what the thing with this is? Now look at further on. Then they released the Nintendo DS. Yeah? There was a big fat DS. Do you remember the silver one? Silver, I don't know, a greyish colour or something like that. It's quite a thick built system. Looked nice. I quite liked it. And then there's Nintendo. What's that? Nintendo DS. Slim design one. Very slim one as well. There's a lot of different design Nintendo DS. How do we compare Nintendo DS to Nintendo Game Boy Advance though? This one's a really tough one. Generation to generation, Nintendo kept improving features, and they became more powerful in terms of hardware. It doesn't stop there. Then they released the Nintendo 3DS. Do you remember the switch at the side with the 3D effect? It's got real 3D graphics without glasses. They released that. Then they made a Nintendo. Then what's that? New Nintendo 3DS XL. Improved 3D, very large screen. Now this is pretty confusing. Now if we wanted to choose all these Nintendo handhelds, which one would you buy? I've played all of them. I haven't played Nintendo Switch that much though. But I played from all the Nintendo Game Boy from monochrome to Nintendo 3DS. In my opinion, Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP is the most well designed, slim, very portable. Well, in terms of console, it wins, yeah? But what about in terms of gaming? Is it the best? I think it is. Because if we look at from Nintendo and from third-party developers, there were quite a lot of developers on the system. There were so many, oh my gosh, so many games on this thing, man. from so many different developers. It was crazy. So anyway, every company who try to come forward from Game of Thrones, yeah, could not beat it. No. I don't know why Nintendo handheld systems are really popular. I think loads of people don't have the answer to that. I think if we look at the original Nintendo Game Boy, the monochrome, what do you think it was? It was very small. Okay, it was a little bit thick, but that doesn't matter. It was made like a portrait mode. It was portable. It's quite portable. And the batteries last quite long. What people really wanted at that time, when we look at the early 1990s, they wanted something really portable that you could put in your pocket and with long battery life. That's what Nintendo Game Boy Monochrome was. It did all that. And because of that whole idea, it succeeded. Not only that, it released very original games on there as well. Really, really good titles on there. Good stuff on there. Because I think from that, he kept on doing that. The company kept on doing that. They know how to keep the system portable. They know how to make the screens. They know how to make the designs. And the further systems like DS, 3DS use stylus pens. We know that. They went on technologies like that as well, which is really good. Now we know Nintendo was quite popular in handheld mode. Can you see? When we looked at the Nintendo Wii U, which was a massive flop, I'm not going to go too much into that yet. The way the system was released, Nintendo Wii U was, it was released as a machine called Wii U. What kind of stupid name is that? I mean, really, if you got a machine called Nintendo Wii, it should be called Nintendo Wii too. Why did the hell they put a word called U in there? A U, a lot of people understand it was upgrade. No, it wasn't. No. No, 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 no. It was not upgrade. Because a lot of people were confused. The U standard upgrade. Absolutely wrong. It wasn't a U. It was a brand new system with a new hardware. It was far more powerful than Nintendo Wii. That's what the Nintendo Wii U was. And the problem here was more, Nintendo wanted to give you streaming games on the gamepad. But many people didn't like the gamepad because it was too big as a game controller. So anyway, that's that. I'll give you a few points. Now, Nintendo Switch. What is going on here? Yeah, one of the greatest games console in world history is the Nintendo GameCube. I don't know if you guys know that. Nintendo GameCube holds the greatest gaming titles in world history. I don't know if you know this. Nintendo had a deal with Panasonic, and then Panasonic released a thing called Panasonic Q Games Console. Obviously, this video has nothing to do with Panasonic. I'm very, very sorry. But if you're here for Panasonic, then you're not going to get any information about Panasonic in this video. I've already covered loads of Panasonic stuff before anyway. When Panasonic took part in this system, right, it became the world's most amazing games console I have ever seen. Not only me, you could ask anybody who ever seen that thing in design-wise. They get gobsmacked. That guy's too amazing. And on top of that, you get Nintendo GameCube. You got Panasonic and Nintendo. Okay, anyway. Further on. Let's go further. Before we go into the further information, let's check this out. Woo! We still ain't got that information yet. Come on, guys. Whoa! Woo! Oh yeah! Kokusaji! Andrew, they can't get along with this in this game, can they? Hadouken! Rue versus Kokusaji, man. They can't get along with in this game, can they? Come on, let's do this. See ya, see ya. Oh yeah! Okay, here we go. Watch out! Absolutely amazing. Now, Nintendo Switch in handheld mode. What is this all about? Now, if we look at Nintendo's previous systems in handhelds, they've been really, really popular. Clap there. Well, you know why I clapped? Because Nintendo's the only company that succeeded in handhelds. Yeah, no system has ever approached in Nintendo's successes. No chance. If you guys think there is, then you're completely wrong, man. That handheld technology is put in the Nintendo Switch. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you don't understand one thing. When Nintendo Switch turned that into a Nintendo Switch turned into a handheld, it wasn't just a handheld, it had console games on a handheld. Wow! Have you ever seen a handheld system with a games console level? Well, I haven't. Even it doesn't have the level of Nintendo GameCube, but when we look at every single brand out there, Nintendo Switch is far beyond than anything you've seen before. Now, this Nintendo Switch is using handheld console games. And now we're getting to the point of Nintendo Switch handheld mode sales. So what does this whole thing mean? It means there's customers out there who want to play in handheld mode. Yes. They want to play console games in handheld mode. Now, the biggest problem is Sony PlayStation 5, Microsoft Xbox Series X doesn't have that. What are you going to do about it, Sony and Microsoft? What are you going to do? Have you got any plans? You don't have any plans, do you? You scattered a massive system to the customers called the Sony PS5 and the Microsoft Xbox Series X. Excuse me, but you cannot win in a market called handheld market or the handheld modes. How are you going to do that? Why are you going to put a phone on there? Well, excuse me, Sony, but didn't you do that on your PlayStation 4? Where you had some Sony phones, you streamed your PlayStation 4 onto your daft phones, and you were trying to impress people. What happened? It flopped. The idea flopped. Your smartphones flopped. Sony PS4 streaming flopped. But Sony PS4 consoles have succeeded. And what happened in the end? Your Sony PS4 is going down the drain as well. Oh no. What are you going to do about that? And your Sony PS5 sucks like hell. It's flipping rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Now, if you go into the game store, check out on the shelves, go to Sony PlayStation 5. Wow, Sony, you got a Sony PlayStation 5. I'm very impressed. I mean, well, you think the people are going to be impressed with that piece of crap? So they're going to release this system. It looks like a flipping hub. You got all of this market out there. And guess what? There's not one good game on there. Then they're going to release Ratchet and Clank, FIFA 2022, Gran Turismo 7. God, fool. What's the other one called? Oh my god, I can't take this anymore. Yeah, you know what? This is not gonna work. You don't even have decent games on your system, man. You want us to spend over £500 on your system. Then we got Microsoft. Microsoft's got similar games like PlayStation 5. Now Sony's got exclusives, Microsoft's got exclusive. They're both rubbish. They're both rubbish. Both of Sony Microsoft exclusives are rubbish. The third-party games on both systems are rubbish. Now what are you going to do about it? You don't even have a handheld mode. Now let's go to Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch has a handheld mode. This is where the sales are coming from. It's coming from the handheld mode. Now do you understand what's happening? Now we've got this system called the Nintendo Switch, a handheld system giving you games, console games. It's not only about the games, console games, about the system. You know what it is? It's got quality games. It's got quality games on this system, man. I don't want to talk about too much about quality of Nintendo Switch in this video, but Nintendo Switch has quality. Yeah. It doesn't have much Nintendo game exclusives, I think. In my opinion, it doesn't. If we look at the Nintendo GameCube has one of the most majority Nintendo game exclusives. Yeah. But the point here is not Nintendo game exclusives of Nintendo GameCube. The point here is that we've got this Nintendo Switch handheld mode, games, console games, and there's some good games on there. This is what is making win this system. The handheld is making a lot of sales for this system. This is very, very dangerous indeed. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Nintendo Switch, to be honest, but the people out there are. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I don't know if you know about this other thing, because this Nintendo Switch QLED, OLED model, it's not a normal system, is it? It's got 3 modes in there. Yeah, but there was another Nintendo Switch system called Nintendo Switch Lite. And Nintendo Switch Lite is just a handheld system. Yeah, if you're really into just a if you're Nintendo Switch Lite, it's just a handheld. You can buy that one. But if you're into Nintendo Switch OLED, you'll get 3 modes of playing there. You'll get handheld, tabletop, and TV. In this video, we're just talking about handheld. We're not talking about tabletop or the TV experience. We'll be talking that in another video, yeah? So the huge amount of sales is coming from the handheld mode. It's unstoppable. We know for certain right now, Nintendo Switch is selling very well right now. But we will have to see further along in the months what will happen. Because Nintendo Switch is draining the Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X. I'm sorry to say, but it's happening. This system's really advanced. I've got huge hopes of another system coming out very soon. The SNK Need You 3. Yeah. Watch out for that, you know. That can be dangerous. Because I was very surprised. Sony and Microsoft are having really terrible games on their systems. But when SNK releases anything, they have good games. They always do. You won't ever see a SNK system with 0 games. That will never happen. I am not joking. Please take this seriously. When I saw this Sony PS5, right, there was zero titles on there. You know what I mean by that? There's nothing good on there. Please do not be disappointed. Do not be angry. What is this guy all about? What's he talking about, man? I'm gonna marry this guy. Bang, 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 bang. Oi, don't try to bang me out, man. Calm down, please. Calm down. I don't want so many guys bragging at me and banging me out like boom, boom, boom. No, please don't do that. I am being very serious. When I saw this huge list of Sony PS5, I couldn't see any good games on there. I swear there's nothing on there. Then I went on the Microsoft Xbox Series X. I can't imagine Microsoft doing that. What's wrong with Microsoft, man? I mean, Microsoft owns the bloody Windows 11. Microsoft Windows 11. Oh my god, Microsoft Windows 11. 64-bit Pro Edition. Microsoft, what are you doing? Don't you even care? You need to bring more developers. You're bringing the same games which on Sony PS5. That is not good. They've got the same games, but they got some bits and bats like Halo and Forza on there. But it's not good enough. When did Halo and Forza ever succeeded in the previous Xbox systems? They never did. You need to have more than that. It's not good enough, man. It's not gonna work. I remember that time when Metroid Prime came on the Nintendo GameCube, yeah? And then Halo came on the Microsoft Xbox. I am not joking. Everyone went for Metroid Prime on the Nintendo GameCube. It's crazy. I am not joking, Tiago. Still, even today's date, in the year 2022, yeah, Metroid Prime still holds the best title on the Nintendo GameCube for an FPS shooter. Yeah, don't forget that. We also have Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Now, this is where the Panasonic Q Games console comes as well. Because with the Panasonic Q Games console, yeah, you got Panasonic multimedia features and you got Nintendo GameCube games on there. The Panasonic Q is always going to sell, isn't it? It's always going to be top of the list. It's always going to be right front of your face. It's always going to be there. It's amazing, isn't it? So now we know Nintendo Switch handheld. The sales are coming from there. Huge sales. Not small. Big ones. Big ones. So there's not much more to say about this. Now I think you guys getting a bit of a glimpse what's happening out there. Customers want to enjoy games on handhelds as well. Yeah? And that's what Nintendo Switch is doing. Handheld games. There's many ways to enjoy handheld games. I know that. Personally, my favorite for handhelds. I know this is all about Nintendo Switch sales handheld mode, yeah. I agree. But still, we should add this as well. My personal favorite when we talk about gaming in handhelds is the Fujitsu Arrows U smartphone. Yeah. That can play quite a lot of Android games in 1080p HD and a lot of emulators. But if we want to play Nintendo Switch on there, we probably need to have Fujitsu Arrows 5G. It's personally one of my favorites. It's very compact. It's very advanced. It's technology. It's superior than anything you'll buy for your money, man. It's advanced. Fujitsu Arrows 5G is the technology that you should be following. I mean, it's a proper Japanese technology, that is. It's made in Japan, that device is. I have never seen any smartphone made in Japan. Not even the Japanese Japanese brands. If you look at quite a lot of Japanese brands like Sharp, Toshiba, Panasonic, Sony, even they don't make their phones in Japan. Nope, they're not made there. But the Fujitsu smartphones are made in Japan. You know this one? I'll show you this one. This one. This is a Fujitsu Arrows U. This is a pretty good one, you know. This is one of them casual to military grade technology. Obviously, it's not better than Fujitsu 5G, but this device for £209.99 or £210, whatever you want to call it, it's a vibe. This one. This one is a pretty good one. It has a full power to do anything you want. Using normally, this thing is very, very advanced. Work-wise, it's very good. I mean, if we're looking Android gaming, to be honest, it does a very good job on it. Fujitsu always uses very good components and they know which components to use in their devices. Anyway, so now we don't want to keep on talking about that because it's got nothing really to do with that. So congratulations to Nintendo Switch on the handheld mode. That's where the sales are coming from. In my next upcoming video, please watch out for that. We will be discussing Nintendo Switch tabletop in sales. We're going to be discussing that in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed my discussion for today, and it's been quite depth knowledge. Now you have a glimpse of what Nintendo Switch handheld for sales, where they're coming from. There you go. Hope you like my video today. Give me a likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.